What are these guys going to do? What are Merce and Cooter going to do?
Final checks are complete. They're ready to go. They're waiting for takeoff clearance.
All right, in a moment you'll hear these engines spooling up to their maximum power. They're on the roll. First maneuver is going to be what?
At 135 knots, up to 50 degrees nose high, to roll the airplane dirty.
That means aerodynamically dirty. The gear will be down. It's called the dirty roll on takeoff. This is your United States. Diving back down. Now they're going to, how fast are they going right here?
We're targeting 240. There's your squat.
You can fight in a dogfight arena. Get ready for the minimum radius afterburner turn. The Super Hornet engine produces over 42,000 pounds of thrust in full afterburner. This allows the aircraft to sustain a grueling 8 times the force of gravity on a continual basis in a quarter of a mile tight turn. It'll pull into a 90-degree bank. Pull the stick back into the right. Almost at the speed of sound. You'll notice that the sound of the engine doesn't reach us until the aircraft reaches show center, indicating the high approach speed. Look way out to the right. Back behind us, there they go. That's the goal there, Rob. I'm not sure if the clouds today will cooperate. We'll see what they come up with. We need about 8,000 feet for that maneuver. All right, so it's a possibility, Danny Clisholm, that with the clouds they may not be able to do that square loop either. But here they come again. From your left. Let's see if we see some vapors build up on it. Very close. That's probably 0.96 Mach. Very close to the speed of sound. That's right, Rob.
looks like they're not going to have the clouds for the vertical pirouette today, but they'll continue to modify our high show and give us what they give us.
Yeah, going down to the fourth camp. GE Electrical Power Headquarters is right here in Nashville. Over 300 engineers, technicians, assemblers, and managers designed to go manufacture advanced electrical power systems for civil and military aircraft around the world. Just two of their generators on this airplane, the F-18 Hornet, flying this weekend can provide enough power to light up a neighborhood. Now, as it approaches from the left, Tool, about how fast is he going to be going at this point when he enters the box?
Well, because we're going to be going idle at Show Center, we'll run it up to about 450 miles an hour, and right up the edge of the runway, our crowd left will pull it to idle and roll inverted.
All right, now you've heard how noisy this airplane is. Now let's listen as the throttles come back to idle as first, there in the front seat of the F-18 Super Hornet gets ready to roll it for the inverted whisper pass.
Upside down. Quiet.
Here in the U.S. and in the U.K., and the company is a success story in the Dayton region. GE powers of excitement. Thank you, GE Aviation Systems, for bringing us this United States Navy F-18 Hornet. It is the 100th year, the centennial of naval aviation that we are celebrating all year long. Folks, the Navy has been in the air for 100 years. For that, give them a big round of applause, please. Defending our freedom. What a record. All right, now from the right. The high alpha pass. Another one of my favorite maneuvers. Folks, you know, if you have an adversary on your tail, speed is very important. High speed is very important. But if you can fly slower than your adversary, they are forced to go around you. You then hit the afterburner, and then from having them at your 6 o'clock position, or your danger position, they are now worried about you at their 6 o'clock position. We're going to go to the cockpit, check the speed and the angle of altitude. Rob? Okay, Cooter, this is Rob Ryder. How do you copy, my friend?
Rob, get you loud and clear, help me.
Loud and clear, okay. High alpha, how many degrees of alpha or nose-up pitch do you have?
Right now, Rob's coming through about 20. We're seeking to get to about 28 to 30. And about 100 miles an hour, looking for about 90 miles an hour or so.
90 miles an hour, you want to get faster. watch. This is the way they approach the carrier. They do it fast. Why do you come in so fast?
We got to get all our aircraft on deck in a short amount of time, roughly 30 seconds apart.
Wow. And that causes them to come through under an afterburner. A quick high. They come out of burner. They lower the flaps, and then they start looking for that postage stamp in the middle of the ocean.
That's right, we're looking out there at the ship. Hopefully it's going in the right direction with the winds straight up the flight deck, so no crosswinds for us. And from there, meatball lineup and AOA.
You gotta get them down and onto the deck quick because the carrier fleet is at its most vulnerable when they gotta be facing into the wind for carrier ops.
Right, the ship may have to turn 180 degrees off of its normal direction just to recover aircraft. We need the wind right down the runway.
Now, let's see if we can go fly to the cockpit. Let me give the ball call here like the landing signal officer would. Rhino 11 3/4 of a mile, call the ball.
335, Rhino ball 6.1.
Roger, ball. Now, they would be coming down at what kind of a descent rate toward the deck, Tool?
We're looking at about 600 feet a minute when we touch down, maybe 700 feet a minute at about 135 knots.
That's a crash.
Some would call it.
That's a controlled crash to catch one of those 4 wires across the deck. Now, there's the touchdown. Whether they catch the wires or not, they still shove the throttles forward just in case they need to go around.
That's right. You'll see our low transition here as he crosses the runway.
Corsair, one of the most successful Navy and Marine Corps air fighters, and later to be a ground attack aircraft in the jet war called the Korean War. It still had effectiveness as a ground attack and bomber aircraft. Now, what we're going to do is set up with these 2 aircraft from a different generation in the Tailhook Legacy Flight Demonstration. We welcome you to this amazing demonstration. You are about to watch some truly amazing aircraft take to the skies. The Commander of Naval Air Forces developed this concept of the Tailhook Legacy Flight to keep naval aviation's heritage alive and viable. Under this program, vintage aircraft with civilian pilots are flown alongside the high-tech aircraft for modern jet carriers. It's through these flights that the Commander of the Naval Air Forces wishes to inspire all of those in the audience, the men and women who have served in the best and brightest of tomorrow. The annals of naval aviation are rich. It was, however, during World War II that the full capability of the naval air power was recognized. The courageous effort of only a few naval aviators changed the course of the Pacific War, playing decisive roles at the battles of the Coral Sea and then Midway. These aviators flew off the straight deck carriers. By the end of the war, the aircraft carrier and its aviators replaced the battleship as the main weapon of the Navy. Although it has been over 60 years since the conclusion of World War II, many of the aircraft used are still flying today. This is a testament not only to their survivability and duration, but how well these aircraft have captured the people's imagination. Our pilots in this are Lieutenant Andrew Woodbury, call sign First from Joshua Tree, California, Lieutenant Ren Landers Cooter from Macon, Georgia, and flying the Corsair is Dan McHugh, occupying residences in York, Maine, and St. Augustine, Florida. Born in Maine, Dan McHugh flies the vintage Corsair. Was raised in New Hampshire, a keen interest in aviation. First airplane ride at the age of 12. Sold at the age of 18. a full career, 38 years with the airlines, starting with Northeast Airlines, absorbed by Delta Airlines and retiring there. One of the first individuals pioneering bringing the former enemy's aircraft like the L-39 into the U.S. after the fall of the USSR. He owns Aerovision LLC. He is a premier artist in these vintage aircraft. He is representing the United States Navy during World War II and the United States Marine Corps of World War II. Flying two dissimilar generation of aircraft poses a challenge. The slower aircraft, of course, is Dan McHugh's vintage Corsair that once set a world speed record in 1940 of 405 miles an hour. But in order to fly that slow, our crew from the F-A-18 has to use tremendous skill and will fly on the outside of that formation. Ladies and gentlemen, this privilege came to us back in 1997. We hoped that it would last one full year because of the responsibility and the training on behalf of the civilian pilots flying their civilian aircraft. This has been given to us on a continual basis since that time. Would you turn around now as our two Top Gun fighters circle their way back in? Dan McHugh with the airplane they call the Vectren bird of World War II because of its unusual design. Look over your right shoulder now. I hope you have the camera. Get this in your eyes. Mikey, Mike, turn that music up just a little bit. I want you to hear the sound. A Corsair did in fact shoot down a MiG-15. So did a B-51, but clearly the jets were 100 miles an hour faster than the piston-powered aircraft. Right over the control tower on the opposite side of the field. We thank and we celebrate the developments of the United States Navy around the world, using aircraft carriers as a base. And we say, salute. We salute you, United States Navy and Marine Corps. Get a load of this and give them a civilian salute in a big way here. Folks, this is pure artistry and heritage in the sky. It is a responsibility we don't take lightly. Flag on that. From the signal from the lead airplane